guess the first order of business tonight is approving the minutes from last month.
I make a motion to approve.
Got a motion, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And does everybody have a handout from the last minute resolution that Mary had about the library copier?
Yeah.
But did they just not give it to us?
Oh, that's
We
it.
called because they and asked if we could get it through last minute, so I made new copies. But we already have the agenda completed.
It says resolution authorizing a multi-year lease, purchase, and maintenance agreement for Franklin County Library. It's whereas Franklin County Library has a need to upgrade, operate, and maintain the current copier and printer, including hardware / software system within the respective office and operations of the library.
Was that in their budget? Do you remember? Anybody remember?
It's actually going to be saving them like $600 or $700 in the email.
Okay.
So it's going with Conica, the same provider.
We're trying to get everybody over to
Yeah.
the same lease. It's just, they just didn't give it any time evidently to go into the budget and finance. I move to be approved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I think we're doing a good job with our summer program, don't we?
Yeah.
All right, resolution moves to the county commission. And the last thing we have is notary. We only got 4 this time, which is nice. Usually we got like 20. I'll entertain a motion.
Well, that second one, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know about him? Don't put me, don't put me
I know a
outside.
lot of bad stuff on that guy.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Got a motion here, second.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we have some guests here. Anybody want?
That don't look like gas to me. We've got the old business.
Yeah, under old business, Commissioner Ruther, from the last meeting, was supposed to come back and present some information concerning the budget.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Well, that's
got,
why it looks so strange, because Mary had told me that she
It's,
had it
yeah,
on the
it's there.
agenda.
He just
I
accidentally looked up.
Okay, it's on here.
It's on there?
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to recap, last time, these committee members asked me to, my proposition and my proposal was to have a budget committee in Franklin County comprised of 7 commissioners, well, 8 commissioners, I always forget there's 16 of us, 1 commissioner from each district. And the way that would be determined would be among the commissioners in each district. They would get together and decide which one wanted to serve, and it would be for a 2-year period. So in reality, each commissioner could serve 2 years and of a 4-year period. So each commissioner would get to serve on the budget committee. Having served on the budget committee this year, let me know the importance of that. And I'm sure Johnny and anybody, and Dave could and Eddie, it is important. You learn a lot more about the process on the budget committee, I think, on the finance committee than any other place, but as it stands now, only 4 of us can serve. So I proposed that we write a resolution stating that, and that we take it before the county commission and let them have a voice in what they want to do. So I was asked to get in touch with Gary Hayes and the county attorney and the mayor,
Okay.
and I did that.
What did they, what's your
Okay,
final?
I didn't print this out, but I will be glad to show you. He did send me an email, and I just didn't print it out. But
You just read it to us, that'll be fine.
Gary Hayes sent me the first one on June the 22nd, and he said that he was just responding to my request about the budget committee, and he said your answer is yes. TCA code 521105 allows the county legislative body by resolution to create a special committee or authorize the financial management committee to assume any and all of the following functions: budgeting, investment, and purchasing. Therefore, Franklin County can create a budget committee.
Okay.
I spoke to the county attorney before I called Gary, and he wanted me to call Gary first
Okay.
and get back to him, which I did. And he said that he agreed, that he didn't see anything wrong with that. And for me just to tell you that he said that, so he didn't send me an email or anything, but he just said to relay that. And then I went to see the county mayor, I went to see Richard, and he said that he and Eddie had discussed it, and that he didn't see anything wrong with it, that he had pros and cons, that he could see both sides. You know, he could see keeping the finance committee, he could see the budget committee, because it would give each district a voice on the budget committee. And he saw the importance of that. But that he wanted, I told him that I had contacted the mayors in the surrounding counties that are under the Act of 81. And I relayed to him what they said. But he wants to get in touch with them also. And there was a few other people, one other person in particular he wanted to get in touch with. And then he would tell me what he thought. So that was Tuesday. So today I asked him, had he made any of those calls, or could he give me any idea of, did we have his support? And he said that he had made no calls, that he maybe we get to see him in the next few days, maybe go by their offices or whatever. So that's where we are. But
Eddie, can you give us?
Under the Act of 81, she's right, you do have, the county commission can choose to have one committee, or they can choose to have as many as 3 committees. They can, and in 2001, when we went under the Act of 81,
2000.
In 2000, the county commission chose to have one committee to take care of everything, because they could have four commissioners, the county mayor. Now, on that finance committee, which we have now, the financial management committee, by statute, you have the county mayor, the school director, and the highway superintendent by statute, then four other members, which is as doesn't have to be county commissioners. I can remember when the trustees served on the committee. But now the commission chose, I understand, in 2000 that they just decided they just wanted one committee to handle it all. But you can have a budget committee that has to be made up of a minimum of 5 members. Have as many members on there as you want to, that's from where I read it. But it has to be a minimum of 5 members. And then if you have the budget committee, then the financial management committee will only deal with policy. And the budget and finance committee will do all of the things that the budget and finance committee, that the financial management committee, I'll get this out in a minute, is doing now. Like, for instance, like this morning, you approved all those budget amendments. That will be done by the budget committee, not by the financial management committee. They will only set policy. But the reason was, at that particular time, they knew they could have a budget committee at that time. I found that out. They knew they could have a budget committee, a purchasing committee, and a financial management committee. And the county commission at that time chose to have just a financial management committee to handle it all.
What's your feeling on pros and cons?
I don't have a problem with it if that's what the full commission wants to do. I personally think it's been working fine, because you do have 4 commissioners on it. I hate to see more and more committees created, but I don't have a problem with it. I'm not going to say I wouldn't, that we don't need to do it. I think what we've had, personally, has been working fine. But it would be up to the commission and whatever the commission decided. The only thing that I would think, that if we set this up, and that's fine, if we set it up, and if we do, I think Iris has got a good idea. I think you need a member from every district.
Yeah.
If you come up with this new committee, new budget committee, but I still think the county mayor will serve on it too.
Oh, yeah,
Sure,
there's no
the county
question.
mayor serves on every committee.
Yeah, I mean,
He
but I think he needs to, I think he probably
Should be the
Well,
chairman.
right, yeah, because the statute makes him chairman of the financial management committee, and I think he should be chairman of the budget
I do
committee.
too.
Because he's responsible
He's
for the
the mayor.
day-to-day operation. And I know you don't have have a problem with that. I just brought that up.
I never-
No, you mentioned that in here the other night, that you
I
thought we
never
ought to be
thought
on the
that you
committee.
wouldn't serve on the budget.
Yeah,
One of the pros I see is what Iris had said about everybody getting a chance to serve on it. Because it's sort of seemed like, I mean, I felt tickled or thrilled or whatever the word is to be able to serve on it. And quite frankly, didn't think I'd get to. But and some people don't want to be on it, by the way. I mean, that's the other issue that we may have.
And
So.
if they don't, then
well, but
they don't.
Yeah.
even if you have a district where neither one of those two wants to serve on it, that's still not a problem as long as you have 5 members.
Okay.
It's a minimum, and you may have found that out, I don't know, but it's gotta be a minimum of 5 members. But, so I called Andrea 2 or 3 days later, and she remembered it. She remembered when it was set up, and she knew about it, and she knew you could have it. And she said at that time, they just chose that they said that they thought it would work better for Franklin County to have one committee to handle it all.
Yeah.
And that's the reason it was done that way.
My question is how the two would work together.
Well, they really,
They don't
they
really work
They don't
together.
have to.
won't work together.
You just have a budget committee
The
made up
budget-
of
So
commissioners.
you
The
would not
budget
have
committee
the
sort
other
of, well, yeah, they do
finance
policies,
committee?
but the budget committee would actually do what the finance committee is doing now.
The budget committee would deal with budgeting items, of budget amendments, the approval of the budget. You know,
And what would
they,
the present day financial committee do?
the finance committee then would just set policy, and they set a lot of policy. They do, they set a lot of policy. They would decide, for instance, well, let's take, for instance, here,
The pay.
what they're working on out there now as far as classifying
Yeah,
employees.
yeah,
I would say the finance committee would handle that. A few months ago, when we decided to try to get all of the copiers onto one thing, they would do stuff, that's the kind of stuff they would do. The Budget and Finance Committee would meet, or the Budget Committee, it said, I don't mean to get this confused. They would meet monthly before the county commission meets, just like they do now. The budget director would be ex officio member of that committee, just like they are of the Financial Management Committee. So she would be there as would prepare and everything. And that budget committee would do what the finance committee does toward the budget at this time. It's very simple, as simple as that. And then, like I say, if the commission wants to do that, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem
Serve
at
on
all.
both committees?
Do what?
Could you serve on both?
Well, yeah. You'd still want 4 commissioners on that finance committee to set the policy. You'd still want, in my opinion, you still want those 4 commissioners seated there.
But I like the idea of each district being represented instead of 5.
Yeah.
though. I'd rather have 8 than 5.
Right. Now, keep in mind, and I'll say this since you and Chuck are both sitting here, in the future, keep in mind that if according to the new law that was just passed by the legislature, if a employee of the county is sitting on that budget committee, they can't vote in committee.
Yeah, just on the final.
I can only vote on 5.
They can't vote on anything that has to do with.
I
their
wondered
budget.
about that now.
Anything that has to, that's what I meant, anything that has to do with their budget.
Their
In
budget.
other
I would
words,
vote on anything with the sheriff and he
He
could
can
vote on
vote.
Right.
But
right.
you don't
See,
have to
that's-
say a word.
But now that's only sitting on the committee.
Right.
Yeah.
When it comes to, and I'm glad they changed that law when it comes to full commission now.
They get to vote.
They can vote like normal.
That's the one thing, and certainly both Johnny Woodall and Amy, I think the world of both of
Right.
them. But that's the only thing, they get to vote on their budget, in our finance meetings, that sort of, you know,
But remember now, this budget committee wouldn't have any authority over their budgets.
oh, no, I know, but
Yeah.
just an approval of the final, what they brought to the committee is all.
But if you look at it from another perspective, they have authority over, or a voice in the county's budget.
Sure.
Yeah,
So, you know,
yeah.
They do.
that's 2 voices that we don't have.
Yeah.
And that-
They would have the voice to reject their budget, wouldn't they?
Do what?
They would have-
Well, they wouldn't bring it to the committee until they were happy with it.
Right.
And that-
You're talking about the committee
Budget
itself?
committee.
Oh, yeah, they could send the budget back, yes.
Yeah, they could do that.
Yeah.
They could.
They can't do the line
Right,
items.
can't do line items, yeah.
Well, they could, now, I don't know, with this new law, they can't continue to send, used to, under the old law, the way I
They can
understand
only send it
it,
back back.
You could, yeah, you could send that budget back until it was,
And they can't do that
no,
anymore.
you only can send it back so many times, and then it's gonna get approved
As it was.
as it
the
was
year
the
before.
previous year,
Yeah.
as it was the previous year.
So that keeps them, according to the conference, it keeps them from holding us hostage.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they can't do that, I guess. They have never done us that way, I don't think, but in other counties, they said they did sometimes hold them hostage.
That it keeps up your maintenance.
Right, and you have to keep.
It would be good if we could, if the full commission could vote on this before the September
Right.
of the committees again, don't you think, or?
It,
I mean, I don't know
Well,
if the mayor's
that's kind of what I was
timeframe.
hoping that we would, if y'all are.
and even if we don't get to vote on it before the September, before the October, is when we appoint.
Yeah, yeah.
Before the October meeting, you know, and if we're that long getting it approved, we can start at any time,
Okay.
you know, but it would be good, like you say, to get it done.
Yeah.
Do what?
Budget's not until next.
Yeah, that's true
spring.
too.
Right, see, the budget, yeah. They would deal with amendments is all they would deal with now, so we have plenty of time to be sure the resolution is drawn correctly.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you would bring it to the full commission and then whatever the commission
Yeah.
decides.
Right, that's all, that's the only thing that I would like, is just for the commissioners to have a voice and whether they would like to have a voice. I think another thing, you would probably have to have it in the afternoon instead of in the mornings, because people, you know, can't.
Yeah, the budget committee couldn't meet with the commissioners. If it was made up of commissioners, it'd have to be a night meeting.
Right. But, other than that, I don't see,
But I do think that, and y'all agree with me, I do think that if we draw the resolution, that the mayor should be on the budget and finance,
Sure.
on the budget committee, and he should be chairman.
No question.
No
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, would it be determined on which commissioner
I
serves?
think A and B would have to decide.
What she's proposing is that,
Or alternate.
like in mine and Chuck's position, me and him would decide which one of us is going to serve. And I don't know that necessarily that you have to say it was a 2-year term, because me and him might decide we want to serve 1 year apiece at a time, you know.
Well,
and,
I like the 2 years.
I like the
but that's fine, I'm just saying you wouldn't have to.
but we could do, you could do it this way also. It's a 2-year term for
Mhm.
everybody, but let's say something happens
Then
and
you
Joe
could-
gets sick and he's
Yeah.
serving and he can't, well, you can't.
Yeah, right.
You know, or if someone doesn't want to serve, then the same person serves 4 years. It's just up to those two commissioners. When I talked with the county mayors in Lincoln and in Giles, they do all their committees that way. They don't have a nominating committee. They let their commissioners sit down and decide what committees they want to, here's a list of the committees. And then you're like, it would be, Jean and I would decide where we wanted to serve on which committees.
But when you've only got 5 members to a committee, that's hard to
You
do.
can have more than that. You don't have to have
No,
five.
I
You
don't
know, you
guess you
said
have to
you
have
had to
five.
have 5, but you can have 8. You don't, and some people don't want to serve. So as long as you have 5, you know, some people work and they don't want to serve on committees, but it's always left up to the commissioners. I'm not
It's
asking
like
for
the fire
that.
committee, nobody wants to serve
Nobody
on
wants to
that.
serve on that. So I'm not asking for that. I'll be happy if we just get this before the commissioners and let them decide whether or not they want to have a voice on the budget committee. And if they don't, well, then they don't. But if they do, I think it would be.
It sounds like we can get it on there before September, no problem.
Well, I think that you still have to hear from the mayor.
Guess what I mean?
But what I'm saying is though, if we don't, you know, the county attorney will have to draw the resolution, but if we don't get it, because this committee won't meet again until September.
Yeah.
But we can, but if it's not ready, if it's October, that's not
Still okay.
a month or 2 is not a big deal, is what I mean, is what I'm saying. But I don't see why it can't be ready.
You've got the whole month of August to work on the
Yeah,
resolution.
get the resolution.
If y'all decide that's what you want to do, and as far as the mayor goes, I mean, if he is chairman of the committee, I can't imagine if this committee votes to send to write the resolution, I can't imagine him, you know, being against.
But I think that needs to be in the resolution, that the county mayor serves as chairman.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even bought anything in.
Which 2 gives you a 9-member committee, so, you know, you don't end
Not
up
personally.
with a, I don't like even committees, you know.
Yeah.
What's the pleasure of the committee that we,
Well, I think that we just, I don't think we need to, Mr. Chairman, I don't think we need to vote on anything here until we see a resolution. I think we just need to get a resolution drawn and bring it back to this committee and let us look at it in September.
Is that something that you would do? I mean, I know the attorney would do it, but I mean, is that something you would?
I think whoever writes the resolution, but my suggestion would be to get the resolution, for you to vote to write the resolution. I mean, I think that
Who actually would write?
I think
The county attorney has to draw the resolution.
And then, you know, how hard is it? I mean, he writes a lot of resolutions, so get him the verbiage and then get the resolution written in August, and then in September, it goes before the,
Well, the main points that we want in it is that a commissioner from each district serve, 2-year term, and the county mayor served on the committee as chairman.
right.
That's really the three
And a
issues.
minimum of 5.
Sorry?
And a minimum of 5.
Well, we've got to have that.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have to, you don't have to put that in resolution. That's the TCA code.
And I don't know if y'all think this is important, but I kind of do, that the commissioners would decide among themselves, don't go, it's not going before a nominating committee and
Well-
seniority thing and all that. The commissioners in each district
On this particular committee, that's
on
right.
this
That's
particular
right.
committee. So why not, if you agree that that's something you want to do, then send that to the county attorney and let him be working on it in the month of August, and in September,
Mr. Chairman, you can get that to the county attorney, can't you, as chairman of the committee,
Yeah.
with those
If y'all want to
points?
make a motion to have me do that, or do we have to do it? Or do I just?
Yeah, I'll make the motion that John be obligated to get the resolution from the.
And
With those.
With those points, what- that
Points,
the commissioners of each committee decide who's gonna serve,
2 years. and
2-year term,
Mayor's.
and the mayor's chair, on the committee as chairman. That's really the only 3 points we needed.
Yeah.
And I'll get in touch with
Okay.
county.
Commissioner, because that's representative from each district decided by that district. Yeah. I mean, it suits me fine, I don't have a problem.
You made a motion.
I'll second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. Anybody opposed?
thank you.
Who's the county lawyer, what's his name?
Lynch.
Ben Lynch.
Who is,
You know, this
I'll get with him.
This too, when we start working on the budget, this will let these commissioners know that it's not like, you know, we didn't talk about that for 15 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
But I think when they get really into this thing,
Yeah.
it might be the best thing we ever done.
I have one other thing, Mr.
Manager
Chairman.
of field services and county.
We did not have a
So,
quorum for the road and bridge meeting
No,
this month. They had an issue that on Pine Bluff subdivision, which is off Highway 130 in between Winchester Springs area, they want to change the speed limit and have some signage put up, and I'm gonna read what they've sent in. I've got the signatures, they have 51 names, the majority of the people signing this want to change it. The county commission has to make the approval of it. But what it says is, Pine Bluff Sites is the neighborhood west of Route 130 at the end of Pine Bluff Road with 65 single-family homes. There are 4 roads, of which 3 are major traffic roads. 3 major roads have blind spots and curves. There are a great many people who walk the streets every day on these roads with no sidewalks. Therefore, the residents of Pine Bluff are requesting that the proper speed limit signs be posted on each roadway to remind drivers of the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. We are also requesting that a no outlet caution sign be posted to advise that there is only one way in and out of the neighborhood. As a homeowner of Pine Bluff Sites, I agree to this request. I have these, I have to turn back in if anybody wants to see those. What it amounts to is if we do not have a posted speed limit in the county, it's a blanket 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. But that's
Johnny would probably put the no outlet, so.
Yeah. Does the sheriff have to agree to this speed limit, doesn't he?
He has to do a speed study, they've
Right.
got all that stuff.
All that's done.
This is-
Okay,
it just needs to
so
go
all
to
the
the
study is done, it's ready to go to the commission. I move it goes to send it to the commission.
second, got a motion second, all
I'll
in favor
get-
say aye.
I'll get John Woodall to send the actual paperwork.
Just send it over to Mary.
Does anybody have anything else before we adjourn?
We have, did this guy have something?
Who, I don't know, he's from the radio station.
Yeah, but okay, you're just here for the meeting?
Yep.
Entertain a motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned?
Second. All in favor?
Thank you.